Yes, I can light the whole universe. I am different, I am purpose, I am brilliant. Yes, I feel it.
Hey, gorgeous ones. Okay. Welcome to the end of the year. This is, December, and we're going to be doing a lot of things this month. And I wanted to start out with Glam Week because this is kind of that time of year where people are going to like office parties. You're going to things. I'm not going to a lot, but I thought I would help y'all out. You might have a New Year's Eve party to go to, things like that. And you want to have your look in order. So I wanted to do some different types of looks, showing different looks for, different types of things that you might be possibly doing, might be possibly doing this season. So I wanted to start out with Easy Glam because I understand that, being in the space that I am and the age that I am, there are a lot of you all that are not that comfortable with makeup and feel like it's too much and you can't get it done. And oh my goodness, no. And I wanted to show you how easy you can have a look. Now, this isn't going to be the most inexpensive look, but everything you will be able to get at the store. You don't have to order things. You can go to stores and get it. And I'm giving you some alternatives. But I wanted you to see that you could be, just as glamorous as so many others and not even spend that much time doing it or that many brushes and all this other things. So welcome to Glam Week. And I hope you enjoy it. And if you are new and you stay in and watch this and think it's cool and you want to see the rest of it, go on and hit that subscribe button on your way out. I think I'm going to do a premiere for this, so we're going to be talking as we watch this. So I hope that, for the people who are here for the premiere, hey, thank you for coming in and hanging out with me on this premiere. And if you see it later on, check out the live chat because there'll be a lot of chat going on about, while we're watching it. And that's always fun. Leave a comment, all that other good stuff. Don't forget to hit the like. All right. Talk to you later. All right, ladies. All right, my gorgeous ones. So let me just say a few things before I get started on this Easy Glam. Now first off, Easy Glam does not mean cheap glam. I will be doing an affordable glam look, but I feel like this is an easy glam look for people who aren't really into makeup, but you need to be able to put together a look. So when you're going out and when you're going to things that you can make it happen. And I understand that this isn't necessarily like you're going to be me who's going to spend all this time and have all these products and be blending and all these other things to create, I'm sorry, my hair looks a mess, to get your look together. You want it to be easier. Now, easy does not mean it's going to be 10 minutes. This is glam, this is glamorous, and you should take a few minutes for yourself at some point. I think part of the problem, and this irks me to no end, especially about women, you all will take care of everybody. You'll make sure your husband's ready. You'll make sure the kids are ready, but you'll take hardly any time for you, and then you look a hot mess. And I'm just being real with y'all. Y'all be looking a hot, dry mess. Your face will be dry. You barely have on anything. And let me say this, and this is about, being the best you. Not saying that you're not good, but I'm saying that in those moments when you need to be put together, let's make sure we can get put together. That's all I'm asking. I'm not saying, so some of these products are a little more expensive. Some of them are not that expensive, but I feel like this. You're not buying a lot of products, right? So if you can afford these things, then I want you to get them. Now, if you cannot afford them, I do have an affordable one that I'm doing, and I will tell some of these tips will work for the affordable side. But I feel like this. If you're going to do your glam and you can afford it, you can afford to purchase a few products. And we're not talking about super expensive. I'm not talking Tom Ford and Christian Dior, but put a little money into it because you're not going to be using them that often. And so when you need them, you can pull them out. And that's what I want. I don't necessarily say you got to wear makeup every day, but there are moments and occasions when you're going to an event or a after 5 affair that you should be able to put yourself together. And yes, it's nice if you can go and get a makeup artist, but all the time you can't afford a makeup artist, or you don't have time for the makeup artist. So why not have this in your back pocket in order so that you can look good? I'm just saying. So let's get started. So the first thing I always do is I prep my face. So I've already done my, moisturizer, things like that. But here's some prep things. I always put on some lip balm right before I start. And I also put on, this is Milani's Prep and Brighten Rose. This is something that I do, especially when I'm getting dressed to do something. This is good. This is a good product for all over your face. And so, you just do a few drops, 1, 2 drops in your hand, and then just put it all over your face. And it will dry really quickly. Now, it does have a rose scent because it has rose oil in it. So if that's going to be bothersome, there are some other oils that you can do. Now, what I also do is I do an oil. I do Smashbox primer oil under my eyes. I do a drop and I put it under my eyes. And that's to help hydrate under my eyes because, we're older. We're older. And sometimes that skin can be a little drier than others. So I just put a little drop in and I do this. And I do all this first because I tend to do my eyes first. And since I especially want you all to do your eyes first, then this gives all this stuff time to soak in. Now, the primer oil is a little expensive, but it will last forever. But I'm going to say this because I've had it for almost 2 years. And that's me using it. So I'm not going to say you need to get that. In a pinch, you can get this e.l.f. Hydrating Under Eye Primer right here. This will work just fine to hydrate your under eyes and prime them up. So you can get that. Boom. See how helpful I am? See how helpful I am? All right, so next up, let me get us in closer so y'all can see what I'm doing. Okay, so we all in my face right now. Hello. So let's prime the eyes. Now, you always want to do a good primer. This primer I'm using is the Urban Decay Primer Potion right here. This is the anti-aging one. You know what age you are, so you might want to get the anti-aging one. But I'm not going to say you need to get it, definitely. If you don't want to get this one, you can get a good one is the Milani one. And I tried to make sure these are all things that you could just run to the store and get. You wouldn't have to order anything. Because I know that when you're talking about Easy Glam, you ain't trying to order a bunch of stuff. You're not trying to, wait for orders. You need to be able to go get this stuff at the store and, use it. So everything can be pretty much bought at a store, usually Ulta, Walgreens, Walmart, whatever. So if you don't want to use this one and you don't want to spend this kind of money because this is $20-something, Milani has a really nice one. e.l.f. makes a good primer for $2. So you want to prime them. And the reason why you're doing this is because it, gets your, it sets up your, it helps your, it helps your eyeshadow adhere better when you put a little eyeshadow primer on. So that's what you're doing it for. Hold on. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this primer. Now, you don't have to do this step, but primer can sometimes be a little sticky. And if you're not used to the stickiness of it, it'll be a little problematic for you to deal with putting on your eyeshadow. So I'm setting the primer and I'm using my Coty Airspun. Here's the top of it, the Coty Airspun. And you can get this at Walmart or Walgreens. This stuff lasts forever. and ever and ever. So I'm just doing a little bit on my eyes. You could actually put this on with your fingers, you know, just a little bit, just to set this, to give you, to set that down so it won't be as sticky when you're working with it. All right, so now here's what we're going to do when it comes to this look. Now, this look can be done with different colors. I'm going to use a specific color, but I'm going to show you. Now, this is the Magic Palette by Juvia's Place. You can get this at Ulta. You don't have to order from Juvia's Place. However, a lot of times you can get it on sale at Juvia's Place. So I'm choosing this because this kind of shows what I want to do. So we're only going to be using 2 eyeshadows. You heard me, 2 eyeshadows and 1 brush, because I wanted to make sure that it was easy for someone to do. Now, here's the way this works. I'm going to be using these colors right here. I'm going to be doing the purples. So you see I'm doing like this like beautiful lavender, and this is a shimmer, and then this is a deep purple matte. Now, you can do this with any set of colors as long as they're in the same color family. Like for instance, this one has, and this is a good palette for this, because like you see how you have the blues right here. If you needed blues, if you wanted to go with like a pinky look, you got some pinks right there. You actually have a gold, but this isn't dark enough to do the gold look. But if you wanted to do like a gold look, you could do like, you know, you would want like a more bronzy brown in the brown matte color. So this is a good one for that. But so this technique will work for any 2 coordinating colors. That's what I'm saying. So it will work for any of them. So that's why. Let's get started. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Faso, which is this right here, and I am going to just take it on my finger. And that's the good thing about shimmers. You could just take them on your finger, and I'm going to start dabbing it on my eye. Right? Now I'm going to bring it up high, not just on my lid, but I'm going to bring it up a little high. So I'm putting it on the inner half of my eye right here. And I'm going to keep building it up until I get the intensity that I want, right? Because you want a good intensity, because this is going to be your pop. This is the people going to be like, ooh, child, what you got on? So I'm going to do it on this side too. Now, I'm going to actually change fingers because it's on this side. And so what I'm doing is, like I said, I'm just laying this on like this so that, and I'm taking it up kind of high. If you notice, it's kind of high. So it's almost to my brow bone. When you're going to see how this is going to work, you're going to be like, oh, snap. Oh, snap it out. And then I'm going to take this a little bit further out. So it's going to be right about to the, and just a little bit this way. Now, the thing about eyeshadows is about the blend. You want to have it blended. You don't want to be looking like you got 2 different colors and it's like a Sharpie, like a marker. Because you got one over here, one over there. So it's about the blend. Now, we got this on here now. It's pretty good. I like it. I like it. Okay, so now the next thing is we're going to put on our deep purple. Now, the deep purple. Now, what I want you to get is a nice brush. This is a brush from BH Cosmetics. This is part of the Weekend Festival. So you can't just go to the store and buy this. So what I'm going to suggest is an e.l.f. brush. e.l.f. has really good blending brushes. So you want to get a blending brush. And so we're going to take this and I'm going to stamp into the color right here. I'm just going to take a little. Now, I want this to be really kind of intense, so I'm just going to pull, and I'm just going to start stamping this on. So you see how I'm just like patting it on, patting it on, patting it on on the outer part of my eye. Now, the reason why I'm doing this like this is because I want it to be kind of intense out there. Now, don't worry, it's not going to be like this forever. So then you're going to do this, and then what you're going to do is you're going to start sweeping this into the top part of that so you get a good blend. And so now you see how this is kind of blending. Now I know this looks crazy right now until I clean it up. And don't worry about that, because you'll just clean it up a little bit, so you'll be fine. So then we're going to do like this. We're going to bring this over so that it's more of a, you know, you kind of get this look. Now, the thing is, now you want to start, let me take this. I wanted a little more intensity right there. So now the trick is that you take the same brush, now that you've used it, and then you start blending the edges. So you want to take it so your edges aren't as harsh. And then you want to just do like small circular motions on the outside to diffuse the color. So it looks like you've done another color. So it looks like you have like 3 different so it gives you more of a gradient look. Now I want a little high, so I'm going to take that down some. So it's just going to look like it's a gradient look right there. And you want to do that so you blend, so you soften up the edges. So you soften up your edges. Now right here, I got a little much right there. So I'm going to take that off. And so now here's this. And so now, and so then I'm going to take a little more because I want to make sure these two blend together. And then you just want to tap just a little. See how I tapped just a little of it right there so that I would get a blend. So I took just a little of the Faso, the shimmer, and I patted it onto the very edge of the Ife, which is the okay. So now we're gonna start on this side, and we're gonna do the same exact thing. So we're gonna tap it, and then we're gonna stamp it on.
Up on the housetop, reindeer paws, out jumps good old Santa Claus, down through the chimney with lots of toys, all for the little ones' Christmas joys. Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Up on the housetop, click, 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 down through the chimney with good Saint Nick.
All right, so here we go. We got this. Now remember, you want to diffuse out the edges. So you want to just do small circular motions with your brush to make sure you lighten it up. Now, here's the trick. Makeup remover wipe. See how it's going out too far? So now you just clean it up. So now you clean it up. Okay, so now we cleaned it up. Now, here's the deal. You're not going to do a wing. You're not going to do a wing because a wing... So I want you to get a good gel pencil. This is the LA Girl Glide Gel Liner right here. You want to make sure you got a good point on it. And then you're going to just do your eyeliner. Now, I know most of y'all do eyeliner, so we're not going to do the eyeliner. I'll be right back. All right, so now I've got my eyeliner on, but we are not done with the eyes, but we are done with them for now. So let's start on the face. So first thing you want to do is prime your face. We're going to do this primer, which is the Smashbox Photo Finish Smooth and Blur Primer. Now, there's many primers you can get. If you have oily skin or you're trying to blur out some pores, you want to get a blurring primer. You want to get something that's going to smooth you out. And possibly you might need a mattifying primer. This is not necessarily a mattifying. Well, it does matte you down a little bit. So this is silicone based. So this is going to feel like, you know, very silicone-y. So it's going to help to smooth out your skin and everything. So you want to let it dry for a couple of minutes. Okay, so before we do the face, and I got the primer on, let's talk eyebrows. Now, I cannot tell you, you need to go and take care of these brows, because brows are not easy. They're not. But, so you either need to go on and get them cleaned up and just fill them in. And if nothing else, fill them in. If they're a little sparse, get you a little, get you an eyebrow pencil. This is the NYX Micro Brow. Everything will be listed in the description box. And just zhuzh you on an eyebrow. Even if you're just cleaning it up and darkening it up. But you want to have a decent arch to your eyebrows. So if nothing else, go get your eyebrows arched. If you need to do that, go ahead and do that. Me personally, I want to get microbladed. I want to get microbladed, y'all. Okay, so eyebrows done. So now let's go into what we're going to do with the face. Now, we got to do a little concealer because we're going to do this a little differently. So, I'm going to get the concealer. This is the Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I'm going to suggest you get something like this because I want you to have a good one. So now we're just going to put 1-2 dots. And then you're going to just use your finger and you're going to tap it in. I just want you to tap it in. Right? So then we're going to do the other side. It's all going to become clear in a second. Because if you watch my videos, you're like, isn't this kind of wrong? No, it's not for what we're about to do. And you do this so you can like get all up in them lines. Okay, so now we have our concealer on. I'm going to let this sit up in here. Do its thing. Now, I know that most of you all are not going to want to put on foundation because you're not foundation people. You're my easy glam people. You do not want a liquid foundation. I'm cool with that. So what you're going to do is you're going to get you a powder foundation. What I'm going to suggest is the MAC Studio Fix. You can go to a MAC store. You can go to Ulta that have MAC and get you this. This is like, I wore this 4 years. 4 years. And so this is a really good powder foundation. It'll give, and what you're looking for is to finish off and polish the face up. So here we go. So then I'm just going to put it on with a brush. Now you're going to need to get you a brush like this. You can get a brush like, now they do have a sponge in here. If you want to use a sponge, that's up to you. I'm just more of a brush person now because for years I used that sponge. I ain't going to lie. No lies here, no lies. So that's why I put the concealer on first because that's a liquid and I wanted to like basically set that with this. Man, I'm pale. When I said NC40 and the girl was like, yeah, you are NC40 because she was looking at me like, go, you ain't NC40. I'm like, no, I'm NC40. She's like, yeah, you're NC40. Okay, so now that's it. Foundation's on. Now, you need to add something to this face, though. You cannot be going out with just a little... No. So now I'm not going to have you doing all the steps, but we're going to do a couple of steps here. We're going to do a couple of steps. So let's get some steps going here. So we're going to do a little blush, and then we're going to do a little highlighter. We're not going to do bronzer because I know that's asking a lot of y'all. Now, you're going to need to get your brushes together. Now, you don't need many brushes, but you need a few. You know what I'm saying? You need a few. So you're going to need a blush brush. So I have the listings, which you need. You need a blush brush. You're going to need a powder brush. My suggestion is the e.l.f. powder brush. Love this thing. It's like $4. That's up to you. Okay, so that works. So now we're going to do blush. Let me grab the blush I want. Okay, so now what I'm going to use is this Anastasia blush trio in Pink Passion. And so I was going to go mauve to go with this, but I said, no, let's give us a little different color. So we're going to go with Pink Passion here. And I'm going to go with this color here. This is called Rose. And the reason why I'm going to do that one is because it is... it's got a little... It's a matte blush. So I just want a little blush. So then because you need to give yourself a little, you know, you want to have some color to your face, child. You don't necessarily have to do the bronzers and everything, which will be coming up in some of the other ones. So you just want to have a little blush, right? Just to give your face a little something, something. You know, because we need a little something. We need a little something. So when it comes to getting a blush brush, this is a Sonia Kashuk. This is not available, but Sonia Kashuk has good brushes. You can get them at Target. So if you want to just go and just grab a bunch of brushes, but she's a little more pricier, or you can go to e.l.f. and get brushes. Now, or Ulta. Ulta has nice brushes now. Their brushes have improved. And you can get them on sale because they're a little pricier. But this is my thing. You buy brushes once. You don't have to have a whole stack of brushes like me, but you need a few good brushes. Okay, so now we got this on. So just a little color. Now let's do a little highlighter. So we're going to go with this Maybelline Master Chrome and Rose Gold. And now I'm just going to say you don't have to have a highlighting brush. We're going to tap it on. So I'm going to take my finger again, put a little on there, and I'm going to tap it on. You see how I put it on right above, a little bit above the blush. And then I'm putting it in so it like, you know, blends with it. So see, you don't even need a whole lot of, you don't need a lot of brushes and things. Even though I love a good brush, y'all know I do. So we got this. And then we're going to take it and we're going to take it a little bit right up in here. Whoo! Just a little bit because you want to give yourself a little, and just a little bit on the tip of your nose. Not a lot, just a little bit. And then we're going to come right at the Cupid's bow. And we've done all this with our fingers. We didn't use any extras now. I'm going to take some of this off my lips because I got a lot on my lips. So you can take this off our lips. You know, so I want a little more up in here. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. I know you're like, what the hell did she just do? All right, so now let's finish our eyes because our eyes are not done. Even though you think they are, they're not. And so what we're going to use is we're going to use a Q-tip. Make your lives easier. Because I was like, okay, how do I make this easier? So we're going to take the Ife, which is that dark purple. We're going to take the Q-tip. We're going to put some on the Q-tip. Right? And get it on the Q-tip good. And this is going to be a little more difficult, a little interesting. So, and then we're going to go underneath our eyes. And just run it under our eyes. And we're going to make it connect with that. Now we're going to take the other side of it and we're going to smoke it out. So we don't want it to be just this harsh line. So we're going to smoke it out with the other line, with the other side. So we got that. So now we're going to take another one and we're going to do the other side. Okay, so we got a little smoky eye going on. Now we need another Q-tip. Hold on. Okay, so now because this is me, I'm going to do a different color. But you could honestly just take the purple here, and we're going to do our inner corner of the eye. But for me, because I wanted to have a little drama, a little extra, I'm going to take this vibe right here, which is kind of a silvery color. And I'm going to take that on there. Let me see if this is going to work. Oh, this is a little dark. And you see how I did the inner corner. So I just did my inner corner with a little different color. Just any cleanups is, you can always use you a nice little, you know, makeup remover. Because what I'm going to do is, I see I got a little fallout. I got a little right there. A little right there. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to spray my face. And we're going to come back and finish. And the reason why I'm doing that is because we're doing mascara last and lipstick last. So I like to spray my face, let that dry, and then I come back. Spray my face. I forgot to tell you what I was doing. Okay, you need a setting spray because you want to set your makeup and make sure that it lasts all night. So the one I'm using and I recommend for that is Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. You can get a smaller one. I think they have travel size because you don't need 4 ounces. You want, and yes, it's pricey, but trust me, your makeup will not move. It says all nighter, it means all nighter. It's gonna set and the reason why you use it is because it helps to set your face, and it helps to blend everything, because you know we got a lot of powders on our face, so we want them to like melt down. And that's what the Urban Decay All Nighter helps to do. So now we got this far. So now let's talk about our eyelashes and our lips. Okay, so because this is easy glam, and I know you all are like, nope, not going to be doing the, you know, you're not a lash person. I get it. So let's talk about how to do your lashes. So here's what we're going to do. Now, you can actually get this whole set. Now, I am extra when I do my lashes like this, but you can just use this. So we're going to go with one. So this is a set you can actually get. You want to get a voluminous base. You want to get, this is the L'Oreal Voluminous Base Primer, Lash Primer, and then this is the Lash Paradise. Now, me personally, I do 2 different mascaras, but we're just going to do one today. So now what we're going to do is we're going to first prime our eyes with this. And what this does is that it gives us a little length. It's going to give your lashes length and extra volume. And you will see the fibers on your lashes when you do it. And that's okay. So I usually put about 2 coats. And don't forget to zhuzh it on at the... Why am I doing this like I'm doing that? Look, I'm looking at my eyelashes like I'm doing putting on lashes. So we're going to zhuzh this up. And so you're going to see that. And then I'm going to do it on this side. Because you can actually see the fibers lengthening your lashes. Now I'm going to do a second coat because I'm about to be extra. Because we're going out glam, right? So you want to get it on. Just want you all to see it. Let me get it all on. So now you can see the white on my lashes, and that's the fibers, and that's the primer. And so it kind of creates these extra, so your lashes look longer. And that's what we want, right? That's what we want. We want some long lashes. So here we go. So now I have that on. I don't normally prime my bottom lashes because my bottom lashes are kind of long. So now we're going to use the Voluminous Lash Paradise. Oh, I hadn't opened it yet, but now I have. Okay. So then we're going to put on a couple of coats of this. Now what I have is this. You don't have to have this, but what I have is this. And this is to separate your lashes when you put on mascara so you don't have any clumps. Or you can just use a spoolie. You can get a dollar spoolie and just, you know, go through it. So now I'm going to put a second coat on. So that's the way my lashes look. Now let me do my bottom lashes. Be right back. All right, so now let's talk lips. So with such an intense eye look, I'm bringing down the lips a little bit because this is a little intense. So this is Dusty Mauve by Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's a very cool tone mauve. So I put this on. Now, I don't want to just leave this right here like this because it's a cool tone mauve and it's purple, but it's a little, you know, this is so different. So here's what I'm going to do. This is Juju by Bare Minerals. So, I mean, you can find the right colors that you like with this, but this is what I'm doing. So I'm adding that in to give it a little pinky look to it. So it's not quite as cool toned because it was a little too much. But now gives it a little better look to it, right? Because I gave a little more pink to it. So now it's a pinky mauve. And then, so now let me go back. I'll be back and we will have the full look with my hair fluffed out. And you can see it all. So we'll be back. And so now here we go. So let me show you the look. And you see, it wasn't that hard to do, but it gave you a very beautiful, glamorous look for the holiday season, right? Right? And so, beauty doesn't have to take, you know, now this did take me some time, but beauty doesn't, you know, with practice, you could get this done in like 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like me showing you is a little different, but once you've practiced it a little bit, you should be able to be in and out like in 20 minutes and have a really pretty look. Now, beauty doesn't have to take 15 brushes, you know, and all these other things. You can still have a beautiful, you know, polished look for an event and not even take that much time or work that hard. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave any comments, you know, what are your thoughts on this, and keep watching because this is all glam week and I'm going to be doing some other glam looks, so stay tuned. All right, see you later.